Hey guys, my name is Sylvia, founder of Celestial Roofing, and this is Celestial Woman Building More Than Businesses. This series is all about highlighting women who are leading with faith and purpose, women who are impacting through what they do and who they are. So today we have Janal here. I met her through Shoreline's Bible study about a year ago, and I was just very inspired with what you're doing through your business, and I would love to hear your full story. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited and really proud of you for doing this. This is awesome.
So for anyone who doesn't know you, could you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes, so I am a co-owner of Serveway Heating and Air Conditioning. We're a Dallas-Fort Worth-based heating and air conditioning business, mostly residential. We also do commercial. And I also co-founded a nonprofit called the Next Generation of Tradesmen Foundation. Mm-hmm. And we talk to high school students about opportunities in the construction trades.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've been doing both. We started our company 10 years ago, going on 11. And the nonprofit I started in 2022.
2022, so going on 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Or 4?
Yeah, almost 4 years.
Wow,
yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So last time we spoke, I needed help opening my nonprofit, and I actually did it.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
The only reason I was able to go through with it was because ChatGPT helped me go through
all the steps.
Yeah, literally.
Man, ChatGPT is like my bestie, so I understand. Yeah.
I would get stuck and I would send a picture of the screen and be like, what do I do here? What do I answer?
Wow.
Yeah, so I started it, I think, when was it? Maybe April of this year.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm hoping to do more with that this year and on to next year.
Yeah,
so I'm super excited.
What your nonprofit is focused on?
Just giving back. It all started with Roofs of Kindness.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to gift a roof, so that's why I started the nonprofit. But I want to just give back as much as possible. Right now, it's been we've only gifted one roof in May, and then we've been.
Big.
Thank you. Yes.
One roof is big.
Yes, that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we have been going out and just feeding the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been something that I've been very passionate about, especially right now during holiday season, and just passing out like winter items.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just living outside during these cold times. It's just
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. But back to you. How did your business journey begin? Was it something you always pictured yourself doing?
Okay, so not HVAC, no.
Okay.
Heating and air conditioning actually is my husband's passion. We're business partners. Mm-hmm. We both went to trade school, but my original trade was cosmetology. So I actually started as a cosmetologist. I was a stylist for Aveda for about 7 years. It was a great job for me. I loved that career while I was in it. But I also knew I was going to be an entrepreneur at some point. I actually knew I was going to be an entrepreneur since I was like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just something that I had that passion. I knew that I loved the idea of creating a culture and helping facilitate other people's dreams and ideas. And so I just knew that was the route for me. I did not know what it would be. Obviously, over the years, I've dreamed about different types of careers. But when my husband Brian said, I love HVAC, he literally turned into an HVAC nerd. It's like bringing textbooks home and we're reading about HVAC. I actually went back to school to learn about HVAC as well, wrap my head around it. But I saw the opportunity to really provide service for our community. Obviously, I was already doing that as a stylist. I was able to connect with people on a one-on-one basis, and I loved the customer service aspect of that. And once Brian kind of laid out the foundation of what it looked like to own our own company in the HVAC industry, serving our neighbors, our friends, I was like, oh yeah, I'm all in. This is a great opportunity here. And obviously us going into business was a dream. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into HVAC. And it wasn't what I pictured. I did know, I would have the opportunity to provide customer service, but I didn't realize how much I would love just the community aspect of it. Literally everybody needs HVAC. So it's given me the opportunity to get to know other business owners in our community, our neighbors, realtors. Like, it touches everybody. So that's been a really awesome piece of what I didn't realize we would get to do.
I love that. So this started after you guys were already married.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Brian and I, we met in 2007. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we've been together a really long time.
That's a long time.
And yes, we both went into our own careers. So we both had full careers. We were married, had our son. Our son was 1 year old, and we bought our first house and decided now's a good time. Even though we both loved what we were doing at the time, it was just kind of the perfect opportunity. He had enough years in the industry where he could get his contractor's license. I had enough years in my industry where I felt like either I pursue this further in another direction or it's time for us to switch gears. Also, with my son being little, it was a great opportunity for me to be able to stay home with him while we're starting this business. So yeah, we just both quit our jobs bravely and took a step of faith.
What inspired the name or the mission behind your business?
Yes, so the name of our business is Serveway, and the idea is we wanted to provide really great service, and the tagline that came with that was service the right way, and we just took service the right way and took serve and way and put it together. Obviously, when you're brainstorming about your business, you're trying to think, okay, what's going to be a unique name? You know, what would stand out? What really represents us? And this was something that we'd never heard of before. We Googled it. It was a play on words, and it just felt right. So
that's been the original name.
That's the original name, Serveway. Yep.
Okay.
And we still have the original logo.
Yeah.
Yes. We had a really great friend that was just getting into graphic design, and he designed it for us. And we're like, yes, this is it. So
you said it's the exact same logo?
Same logo that we started with.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yes. It feels vintage to me, right? Because it's almost 11 years old. So we'll see if that ever changes. But yeah,
but if it's working, original. Yeah, that's awesome. How has your faith influenced the way you run your business?
Yes, our faith is everything. As you know, once we become believers, we're a part of this holy priesthood. And as believers, everything we do is ministry. Our lives is ministry. And so because of that, the way that we invite people into our company, the way that we serve not just our customers, but also our team members, is what we know God expects from us. So it definitely raises the bar, I think. One of the scriptures that we stand on is doing our work as if we were serving the Lord and not man. Yes. And what that really looks like is, you know, our God that we serve is an unseen God, and he's all knowing and everywhere. And so I don't need anybody over my shoulder to kind of guide me in how to interact with people and how to treat people. I serve as if God is always with me because he is. So I would say that is the premise of our team culture, the company we run, the way we serve other people, you know, a high level of integrity. We want people to know us by the way that we love, and that's just not loving each other and our family, but it's loving our team, our company, our customers. It's our life. Yes.
Was there a moment when you saw God move or provide in a way that confirmed you were on the right path?
Oh gosh, every day. I would say for sure, as an entrepreneur, you're always trusting God with everything. God has provided for us. I am still pinching myself like, wait, it's been 10 years since someone else has written a paycheck for me to pay my bills. I mean, that's a full trust in God. Yes. And it has not been without dips. We've had these moments in our company where it's like, oh no, okay. The culture, for example, in our first 3 years wasn't established well. So Brian and I had like a really big mission on our hearts to serve people, to, you know, do it all with integrity. And we knew what our mission was, but we didn't establish that in the fabric of our culture. We didn't know how to create a structure where we onboard a new technician and he automatically knows this is the heart behind Serveway. At that point, I think we just were hoping that they would catch it, but we didn't have the system in place for it. And that was really hard to realize that everybody doesn't automatically come in with the same heart and intention that you do.
Yeah, for sure.
So we did have times where, I was sick to my stomach knowing like we need to fire this guy. The way that he is showing up is not what we expect, what we want. And we did. We had to fire people. We had to kind of start over, and that was really hard for us, but it was a starting over, trusting God, knowing that the foundation that he had for us to set in our company was important. It was bigger than, us being embarrassed about failure. It was us sitting down literally at the kitchen table as a husband and wife and saying, if this is all over, if God shuts the doors of our business, we need to be good. We need to know that we did the right thing. We need to know that we put our marriage and our home first and our child's life first. We need to know that we're doing, the things that God has given us as our first ministry well, and then also stewarding the business well and not compromising, if that makes sense. So it was hard, it was humbling, but it was necessary, and trusting God through that process of going from 10 trucks on the road, 10 guys on our team to 2 what in a year, was hard. It was a very hard hit to take, but it was necessary. And I will say that I'm glad we did it, because it made us sit down, put our head down, get to the drawing board, not just say, okay, we have this great service where we could provide service to all these people, but what is the quality that we're actually putting out? And when we took that time to really put pen to paper, draw out those systems, we started to attract the right guys. Yes. We started to attract the right team members. And now our team is amazing. We have this foundational core team that we are growing slowly, intentionally, not quickly hiring every guy that comes along, but wanting to really do heart checks and make sure that it's the right fit for where God is taking us in our business. And it's been a great process. I mean, we've seen so much reward from it. Literally, these guys are growing in our company, and we met them, like 2 of them right out of trade school, and watching them thrive and love what they do and show up happy, and our team gets along really well, and our customers are happy. Nothing is perfect, but we all do a good job at showing up and doing our best. And if something does go wrong, we're all on the same page that it is our mission to make sure it's right, make sure our customers are receiving the best care, and make sure our team members are also happy and receiving the best care.
Of course. I love that. I can definitely relate to that. Just realizing that, not everyone that comes into the team is going to have the same heart as you, or just the hard truth was that no one's going to love or have the same passion that I do for my business as whoever I bring on. So I feel like I'm back at square one. I just turned 1 year in my business in June.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. And I've tried to grow my team, and then I'm back right now to square one where it's just me. So I had to realize that I need to work more on the foundation, more like you said, systems. I don't have systems in place, and I need to really be very clear about the culture, like you said, because whoever comes into my team needs to represent my company the way I want it to be represented. Yes. So it's encouraging to hear that you guys went through that the first year, because that's what I'm going through right now.
Yes, culture is by either design or default, right? And you want to make sure it's by design, the way you've envisioned it, the way God has downloaded it to you, and taking your time to hire is a good thing. Slow is better.
It's tough. It's tough out here, but you made it through the first years, and now you're here 10 years later.
And ultimately, what we're finding is that people are looking for what you have. It's refreshing to find a business that's intentionally creating a culture that's healthy. So just taking your time to do that and build that foundation invites people.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. What does rest or self-care look like for you as an entrepreneur?
Rest and self-care. I will say, before I get into like what my rest and self-care looks like, I will say I have a really great mentor who was talking to me about us doing whatever we do within God's grace, and not striving, but like doing it because God called us to it, and knowing what the difference looks like. And I'm a doer. I say that a lot, doer, meaning I can get things done. I'll get the ball rolling and just kind of burrow through tasks. And I enjoy that. I think that's my gifting. I think it's a good thing that I have this capacity. But I also know what it feels like when I'm working outside of like God's grace for what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm just going through the motions or pushing through because Janal is capable, versus like, well, did God like say you should go this way, or are you just pursuing this on your own? And the picture she drew for me was how our plate should be full. Like the way that God designed it is that we have a very full life. Like our plate should be full. And actually it could be plates on top of plates, like overflowing full. And obviously that's what we want for ourselves, our business, every business we come encounter with, because we're doing God's work, right? And if the kingdom is healthy and thriving, then we can be generous. More than enough means others get to grow and develop and eat from what we have. And so I'm saying that to say that before I think about my rest and my self-care, I always try to assess, am I doing things within God's grace? Like, what has God called me to? Because I don't really get burnout if I'm doing it that way versus the other way. So I tried to take inventory on a regular basis. Am I moving faster than the vision? Am I going in another direction and it feels like a lot of work? And then why does it feel that way? So taking inventory of myself and what I need, and am I going outside of what I should be doing, is one. And then two, I take rest days, like for real rest days, meaning my family is great. My husband's amazing. Brian is like the best partner I could ever ask for. He's a great compliment to me. And we both are communicating on a regular basis. Where are we with our heart, in our mind, in our spirit? And in this season, rest looks like I take one day a week and I don't have meetings, because I need the opportunity to just relieve my brain from the heavy lift that we're doing right now, because we're growing our business and our nonprofit at the same time, and it is a lot of output for me. So I take a day and I don't take any meetings, and that's been like a good practical thing. This is just for this season. In previous seasons, it looks like us making sure we have a family vacation on the calendar and just a marriage only vacation on the calendar. And those days also allow us just to unplug and take a little bit of weight off while we just get fresh download from the Lord of, what should we be doing right now, and knowing if there's something we need to add or take away. And I would say, regardless of whether I'm in a season of just like big vacation time to rest or regular weekly time to rest, constant prayer, like prayer without ceasing. Prayer is like my rhythm of all day, like literally all day. Yeah. So if I'm not actively speaking about something else, I'm actively in prayer. And I know that's allowed me to move at a capacity that's different from others, and I know it's my secret sauce. It's important.
I love that. Yes, there's power in prayer.
Yes.
So what does your rest day look like? What recharges you to get back?
What recharges me? For sure, long walks. I love a walk. So somewhere outside, and I don't have like a specific place right now because we just moved, but it used to be right here in White Rock Lake. I literally just find a new trail. There's so many trails at White Rock Lake. So that's kind of my favorite. I'm from Michigan, And in Michigan, there's like trails everywhere. You know, there's a lake, there's lakes everywhere. I'm just used to being outside. So just, it's my natural. So definitely a long walk outside that day. And I used to love to read. I have not in this season read just for me. I've only read because I'm a part of a book club and a Bible study, and I read with my team.
Yeah.
But in seasons where I can read, I love to read also.
Do you like fiction, nonfiction?
I do not like nonfiction. I do not like fiction. I only read nonfiction. Yeah. I used to love fiction, and I think I've decided that I want to know something. I want to learn something new if I'm going to read right now. Yeah, so usually I'm either looking for someone's story that's inspiring. Like my husband got these Henry Ford books, and reading about Henry Ford has been like crazy cool, just to hear his journey and him being a business leader and all of that. Or something that is, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Up to this day, do you have a favorite book?
Oh, yes. So our Pastor Earl, always mentions this book. It's A.W. Tozer's The Pursuit of God.
Okay.
It's one of those books I've read over and over because he recommended it, and he recommends it all the time. And so he also talked about how he read it over and over. And my first time reading it, my life was changed.
Really?
The first time. And then the second time I read it, so many things were like removed from my life. It was like, now it's time to take inventory and get rid of all these things. So yeah, A.W. Tozer's The Pursuit of God. And he has others that are like God's Pursuit of Man. He has other books that I've also read, but that one I read first, and I just, whenever I go back to it, I find a new nugget.
That's awesome.
It just really challenges me in my faith to really pursue God and really challenge the things that I think are important. Yeah, it's been a good book.
I'll definitely have to check it out.
You have to, yeah.
That sounds awesome. Was there a moment when you felt like giving up, and what helped you get through that?
I am naturally an optimist, so I would say no. Giving up as in shutting the doors of our current business, yes, I have felt that before, where I'm like, okay, this is too hard. There's so many needs, like maybe there's a couple crazy projects and a couple crazy team members at the same time, and it's like, okay, I need a break. But never giving up, like I have never felt like, oh, I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur anymore and I need to go back to work. Or no, I've never felt that. I've always felt like, no, God has called me to this, and it's not an easy course. It's something that I didn't realize would be as hard as it is, as lonely as it is. You can't always tell everything to everybody. Yeah. Grateful again that I have a partner that's also my husband, so he gets to be in it with me. But also he's a man, so his needs are different than mine. The way he processes is different than me, and so even though we can share everything, he may not share my perspective in everything. He may not know how to respond or help me in everything. And so again, it could be kind of lonely. I don't know how entrepreneurs who don't have faith do it. I just don't understand. I don't know.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, I mean, I can see how people turn to crazy vices, and they're like, oh, I'm just coping over here, you know, because it is hard. Yeah. But, but we have God, and
So the times that you felt like maybe it was the end of the company, of this business, like during those times, what helped you, like, I guess, give you clarity that no, like, keep pushing, like, this is the right thing?
Yeah, on my face, like, literally on my knees, on the floor, in our business, in my office, and crying out to God. Yeah. Okay, God, if this is it, you know, you're going to make it obvious for me. I'm blasting worship music to also kind of renew my mind, because usually half the battle is our own thoughts, you know, and so I am, okay, get my thoughts out of the way, get my feelings out of the way, show me you. And I'll just be on my face and pursue God. And I may not get an answer, in that process. But I do, after crying it out and like literally, crying on your father's shoulder, kind of, it's like I feel relieved that at least I'm not alone in this. And usually a good cry and a good walk and I'm reset. So I will say the times that I felt like quitting, it's like, give me a day. That's all I needed.
I love that you keep saying on your face and not your knees. Because you mean literally on your face.
I literally mean. That's why I pointed to the floor. Yeah. I am on my knees. When you did that, I was like,
okay, she means on her face.
I'm serious.
Okay. I think I'm going to need to try that too.
Yeah, it's a game changer. I would say for my prayer life, a game changer has been on my knees. I wish I could remember where it started, because I want to give credit to somebody if they showed me that. But literally maybe the past 2-3 years, it's been a normal for me. If I need to go in prayer, I'm on the floor, on my knees. I mean, obviously we see it in scripture, right? Where people that's their posture. They're crying out to God. They're on their knees. And I have been there like in worship, but I think intentionally saying, I am getting humble before you right now. I want to get as low as possible. I've literally heard God speak to me sometimes in prayer when I'm sitting at a table or I'm standing and I'm praying. He's like, I want you to get lower. Get down here with me. Come down here with me. And yeah, from the floor, it's felt, I've felt God's hand on me. I've needed to literally lay out, stretch out. And you hear the descriptions from other people. I don't know if you have, but I have people in my life who go deep in prayer and they describe it. But for me to personally do it and have those encounters has shaped the way that I understand our connection with the Lord. It's not in a specific place, obviously, but I think a posture matters, and our heart posture is the most important to God, I believe. But physically, our bodies are more tangible than everything, right? Like I can feel whatever I need to feel, and that could feel the loudest, more than my thoughts, more than what my heart is trying to do, more than what the Spirit is speaking to me. So to remove my body from the equation and say, I'm going to be low to the ground and maybe even not move, is just, I don't know, it's giving me peace. It's giving me clarity in prayer. So.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so inspiring. I would definitely have to try that. What's one lesson you've learned as a woman in business that you wish someone would have told you sooner?
Other women in business are bosses and will always have your back. I think initially I kind of went after it on my own and with my husband as my partner, just kind of like, okay, we're going to blaze a path. And the more that I started to speak with other women that were also business leaders, the more I felt encouraged and fortified and have a clan. We support each other like nobody else. And I think if I knew that to start, I would have asked for help more and I would have reached out more. And yeah, I'm really just learning that in these last few years of like, oh, you will answer my, like you meant you will answer my call. Like, yeah, I have this mentor. I have mentors for everything. She's actually in HVAC. Partners with her husband. They own their own company. It's been almost 30 years. Yeah, Christy Featherson. And she's like, call me anytime. Like, truly, call me anytime. We just met at a conference one time. And she's like, no, check my number. Call me anytime. And I did. I tried it out. I called her. I was having this super hard day with one of our team members. It gets heavy on my heart if I feel like I would have to let somebody go or even writing them up. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so much, because I love these guys, and we obviously want to hold ourselves to a high standard, and so it's important that we do that for each other. And I know that, but also as a woman, I have the feelings too. And she answered her phone and let me just cry it out and talk it out. And And then she just reminded me, no, you're doing the right thing. You're upholding the standard. She's also a woman of faith. So, you know, she could speak encouragement and life into me and remind me, you know, you are meant to do ministry through your business, but your business is not a ministry. So you have to make sure, like, you're still being a business owner. You're still thinking, you know, strategically the way God has called you to do so that your business does grow and develop and thrive. But at the same time, extend compassion and be honest and be vulnerable. People want to know who you really are, not show up as the boss, you know, but be vulnerable and share. And I'm grateful for women that have allowed me and others in our space to still be women and not try to be this other thing that is occupying the space of a business owner, but be a woman that's a business owner, and that's powerful. So that I wish I knew, like I said, sooner, because I definitely would have reached out sooner. Yeah,
I love that you say that, because I feel like I don't reach out. And like you said, it can be lonely and it is tough. And I do meet business owners all the time, women, and they'll share their contacts. But it's like I never reach out, because it's not even a thought of mine, like, oh, like they can be there for me. I just go through it on my own and just, I mean, with God. But that's really nice to hear, for sure.
Yeah, we have each other.
I love that,
And you do have my number, so.
I do,
do call me.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Because, I mean, ChatGPT can definitely help you with some things, right? But if it's a matter of the heart, you just need prayer, or, you know, that's powerful for us to reach out to each other.
For sure. I love that. Anything in the aspect of, like, did you have any... like being a woman in an industry that's normally nominated by men, like did you have any issues in that aspect?
Yes and no. I think we've been blessed that we have guys that are really kind and respectful. Also, my husband has been very very clear that we share the duties and the responsibility of our business, the ownership of it. It's never been, this is my business and my wife works with me, because we've grown this together, and he makes sure that people know and understand that, and that, I think that's really helpful and impactful. So when I step into a room or to a table, he's already kind of made it clear. But to your point, it is a male-dominated industry, so some of the challenges that I faced were in my own mind, again, not necessarily something that someone said to me, but me thinking I probably should show up this way because I'll probably be received better, versus me showing up genuine in myself, which is more impactful, obviously. If I don't show up as me, nobody's me in the room, right? Like, I love that saying. So I have come to the table thinking, oh, I need to bring this certain energy, or I need to do this certain thing in order to kind of validate my worth here. And in reality, when I was able, once I have pushed that to the side, because that's not who I am anymore, obviously maturity helps, and showing up as me has been incredible. It's been super impactful. It's invited other women to the table, you know, allow me to be vulnerable in those spaces. But I think it's also helped men that are in positions where either they need my input or they are, I guess, my counterpart in their business. We've been able to collaborate, and it's always felt respectful. It's never felt like, I don't know, what are you doing here, woman? I know there was a time, and there probably are still a lot of communities that way. We live in Dallas, where it's very diverse, and so I think I'm just lucky because I am a part of a organization called the Women in HVAC, and I hear the stories. There are women in other communities and spaces where they are still currently facing those challenges, and when we have those conversations, I'm like, man, I'm so glad it's not me, but also how can I like help with this problem? Because unfortunately there are some tables where the men are like, what are you doing here, lady? You know, or have the little slide comments, and it's like, I belong here, you know. So, yeah. What about you?
Thankfully, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't
Same
had issues like that
experience.
either. My crew's very respectful. Like, people have asked me, and I'm like, no, like, like, I'm kind to them, I take care of them, and I feel like because of that, like, there's no reason for them to disrespect me or ever make me feel like I shouldn't be there. If anything, I've learned a lot from them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been very grateful about that, too.
Yeah, we are in a good market. I think Dallas-Fort Worth is a good mixing pot of all types of people and even transplants for other places. Like I said, I'm from Michigan, and I think that helps to cultivate a healthy community.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, because I've heard stories too.
But
Right,
thankfully,
yes.
Yeah. That's good. I feel like you said something. I lost it.
This coffee.
Oh, yes. I was going to ask you, what exactly is your role in the company? What is it that you do?
Oh, good question. So I am our chief financial officer. So I handle all of our finances. I do have a bookkeeping and CPA team that I work with, so it's not all on me. But I pay the bills. I pay the payroll. I do a lot of our onboarding process when we hire someone. So I'm also kind of HR.
What are you most proud of in your journey so far?
Most proud of? That's a good question. Because I'm like anti-boasty, you know? So I don't know. I think I'm just proud that we have been able to stay on this journey and really work on our first ministry, which is our home and our marriage and our parenting, and it's been great. Like, I've been with Brian for, like I said, since 2007, from 19 years, 18 years, however long that is. Yeah. And this feels like the best year, you know? Like, every year just gets better. And I think I'm really proud of that because him and I didn't have an example of business partners and marriage in general in our homes growing up. That wasn't something that we saw up close. So to know that we've done this together and we've clung to each other, we've intentionally been pouring into each other and really working like consistently on our marriage. That's been, I think I'm really proud of that because everything could kind of go away. I know I say that like sadly because I love what we do, but I do think it's important that we have a good friendship and a good marriage and a solid foundation because everything else kind of pours out from that, if that makes sense. I couldn't imagine being miserable with him and then trying to go serve people, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah, I just love that guy. He's great. Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. On the business side, I think what I'm most proud of is the people that we've like met along the journey and watching those relationships really grow. Yeah, because that's not easy to do, I think, to gain relationships in business and kind of continue. I think sometimes you think a project is a project and then you move on, but we have a lot of people in our lives now that it started as a project and we became friends and we, do other things together and other business together and we support their business as they support ours, and I just really love that also. It feels like a good exchange, the sphere that we're in. Yeah.
Are you guys the first business owners in both families?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Both of my parents have dabbled in owning their own businesses, so it's not like foreign to me, but neither of them have made it their entire life where they didn't have a career on the side, some other job that was feeding them. So yes, this is a first for both of our families. Yeah.
What advice would you give to a woman who feels called to start something but is scared to take the first step?
Oh, like I said, starting is half
Yeah.
the battle. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's never as scary as we think. And it's always in our own minds.
Yes.
The outcome, there's no way to know. So also go ask somebody that's done it, because I think whenever we get to hear other people's stories, like, that's why I was like, oh, this is so cool that you're doing this, because it really helps people see there is a path forward, and it's not easy. So if we have this picture perfect, Instagrammable story in front of us, then we'll never start. But if we hear true stories and we hear people that they survived it and they did it afraid, then you realize, like, okay, I can do that also.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the biggest thing for me to take this step was I was so scared to do it alone. And it wasn't until I realized that I'm not alone. Like, God's with me. Like, I'm doing this alongside with God. And like, I went into it afraid. Still to this day, like, it's just like knowing that God's there with me, and that I think I really loved what you said, that you always knew you were going to be an entrepreneur, because I feel like that was me too. So I feel like if other girls, women feel that way, it's like something you feel from a very young age, that I knew I didn't want to work for someone for the rest of my life. So once I left, I was a server for a very long time, and I was like, the day I leave serving, it's because I'm working for myself.
Okay.
And that's what I did. And I've had moments of doubt where I'm like, do I need to go back? But I'm like, no, like, I don't think I could ever go back to working under someone. And like you said, maybe it doesn't work out in the industry you're in, but you'll just start something else.
Yes.
And,
that's good. Yeah, because I always think about how failure is not really failure unless you quit. That's the only way to fail, is to just say, I quit, I'm done. Now that's failure. But, for you to have a hiccup or whatever, we call it an opportunity. Something happened. We learned from it. You never start where you left off, right? Or you never start below where you left off, I guess. If you worked your way towards something and then you stop there, the minute you start again, you don't start back here and have to work towards that again. Now you're going up. So we're always building on our last experiences. So, just knowing that there's no failure until you stop.
Yeah, I love that, because, I wanted to start this to empower other women and inspire them, but also myself, because I've been having a hard time right now where I've, like, even considered, like, quitting. And like you said, like, you can't quit. Not until God shows me, okay, I'm closing the doors for this.
Right.
And then I know He's going to lead me into something new.
Yes.
But I feel like just surrendering it all to Him. I actually just got out of a 3-day fast.
Okay.
Just last night I broke the fast. And I feel like that's
awesome.
really, like, recentered me and brought me back, because I was, the past 2 months, I just felt so lost. So I was struggling with identity, like, a lot. I was just like, this isn't it. And I considered going back into the service industry, like serving, and I was just like, what am I thinking? No. Like, I just got to keep pushing through until God shows me that, okay, no, this isn't it. But I think, like you said, it's all in your head. And it's all just, that's why it's important to have a community and reach out to us. So I love that.
I love that you turned to fasting and prayer when you found yourself looking for, like, okay, what do I do now?
That's always good.
Yeah, it is. It's a good way to get clear download, or at least reset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so lastly, what's next for you? Any projects, goals, or dreams God's put on your heart recently?
Our nonprofit is growing quite a bit, so it's been exciting to see more and more students find a pathway into the trades. So that is really where a lot of my energy outside of my business is going, and some of our goals to pursue schools in other states as well. We're from Michigan. We have a lot of people that are reaching out there saying, hey, we need this in our schools also. The construction trades are, as you know, we're essential. It's needed. And so I'm really excited to see, you know, where this will go in getting these students into our trade. And obviously it's a great pathway towards entrepreneurship as well. So encouraging them to start their own businesses across the country.
I love that.
Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit more about that for the people watching?
Yeah, our nonprofit. So we're talking to high school students about how to get into the construction trades. We've actually partnered with Dallas College to get students enrolled there. And we're just helping them get enrolled, get tool bags, know like these are the classes I need to take or the certifications I need to take, and partnered with other contractors in our neighborhood and abroad to hire them so that they can actually learn the trade and get involved.
That's awesome. Cool. So where can we find you on social media and learn more about the nonprofit, or if people need of your services, where can they find you?
So our website is servewayhvac.com, and our nonprofit is ngtf.co. So the Next Generation of Tradesmen Foundation is what it's called, and our website is ngtf.co.
Any Instagram accounts or anything like that?
Yes, same thing. Serveway Heating and AC is our Instagram for Serveway, and NGT Foundation is for our nonprofit.
Awesome.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of it.
Everything.
Yes.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. I loved this conversation. It definitely inspired me, so I hope it inspires everyone watching, and yeah, I'm just very grateful.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is good.
Awesome.
Awesome. Great job, girl.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. There it goes.
Boom.
We finished.